Hello everybody, and welcome back. Last time, we explored Metabot Island and we got acquainted with a few of the areas. And we also learned that there's a robattle tournament about to take place. And that's actually what we're going to be doing today. So, as I mentioned last time, off screen, I did a little bit of grinding. So, all 4 medals for each respective version, those being the Kabuto, Kuwagara, Bat, Kappa, Spider and Phoenix, are now at level 30, meaning that they all have unlocked their second metaphors. So let's quickly go over the main medals first. So the Kabuto medal, we now have access to Damage Ball, which requires 60 out of 80 metaphors. It is of the shoot attribute, and it is a single target attack that deals chain damage, and the damage dealt is equal to the amount of damage taken by the user. Also, in case you were wondering, if you use Damage Ball and you haven't taken any damage yet, then it will still deal a small amount of damage, around 20, let's say. But this is also why I really wanted to get the Mega Fund set for Metabee, because Mega Fund has an immense amount of armor, and if you time it properly, you can end up dealing about 300 to 400 damage in a single attack, and with chain damage, that will destroy pretty much any Metabot. In order to make this work, however, I did have to level up Metabee's defend attribute. It is now at level 10, so hopefully we will not be getting any action failed messages. Alright, on to the Kuwagara medal. The second metaphors for Rokusho, it is Side Bolt. It targets all enemies, it requires 60 out of 80 metaphors, it is of the strike attribute, and it is an attack that deals equal damage to a single part of all enemies. So it's okay. I'm torn whether I prefer that or Spiral Bolt, but it's fine. At the very least, Side Bolt will not require you to change Rokusho's parts in order to fully take advantage of it, like Damage Bolt does for Metabee. So we have to talk to the clerk in order to sign up, but before that, in this room right here, we have 3 NPCs, and at different points in the tournament, they will offer you a trade. Right now we can only trade with the girl here. Huh? These meta parts are useless! Hey, do you want to trade my Head Shatter? Head Shatter is the head part for Golem, meaning that it will give you immunity to missile and bomb attacks. With a Spreader, if you have one. Spreader is Charlie Bear's head. We don't have one now, so you don't even have it. So yeah, later on we will be able to trade with the boy right there and the middle-aged man there. But for now, let's actually sign up for the tournament. Right now, A block's heat is completed. B block's heat will be starting very shortly. Would you like to enter? Of course. I'll just write down the serial numbers from the back of your MetaWatch. Please proceed to the tournament hall through the left door. Alright. Please come right this way. And look at that. Here's Erica. I'm your opponent for the first round. No matter who wins, all's fair in love and row battles, right? So yeah. Every time you win, you will be able to see who your next opponent is, because they will be in the waiting room with you. Also, before we start, actually I think I changed up a few of the leg parts, and that is because the battleground for the tournament is room, meaning that wheel type legs will give you a boost in speed. I don't have any wheel type legs for a female team pet, so we'll just stick with Luminous. But yeah, let's get to it. An insane battle lies ahead. The question is, are you prepared? Yes, we are. And here we have one of the best characters in the show. Ladies and gentlemen, are we ready to row battle? Thank you for your applause. At last, the B-block competition is about to begin. Let's hope the meta fighters of B-block give us as big a show as the winner of A-block, Koji Karakuchi. I'm excited just thinking about it. Meta fighters, are you ready? Let the first row battle begin. If I win, you stay with me all day, okay? Alright, and now Erica actually has 3 Medabots. Unfortunately though, her third Medabot is simply just another Pretty Prime. So I think I'm going to go with this specific setup. For now, I will be using Metabee with most of its original parts, but I will be switching over to Mega Fund later in order to showcase Damage Ball. So I already went over Brass and Pretty Prime, however, they now have access to the Metaforce, so let's quickly go over both. So Brass, she has the Mystery Medal, meaning that she has access to Full Body Repair and Destroyer. As for Pretty Prime, she has the Ninja Medal, which is a new medal that we haven't seen yet. She has access to Protector, which makes it so occasionally when it defends it may also counter attacks, and Anti-Protection, which grants it immunity to counters. Also, one thing that I would like to maybe issue a correction. I don't know if I explained this the first time regarding counters. I believe I said that counters usually have chain damage. That is not so. The nature of the attack is dependent on the original attack received. So if you attack an enemy that is in a counter stance and your attack happens to have chain damage, then the counter that is reflected will have chain damage. But if it doesn't, then it will not. Alright, so as for strategy. Since Pretty Prime will be pretty much defending and using counters, I may simply use the Metaforce with Metabee, and we'll set up a few traps with Yanagi, and then we'll see what we can do with our second Metabot. So for now I think I'll just do this, and yeah, that should be fine. And let's start up with a shot trap. Alright, so I'm going to speed this up and I'll see you guys in a moment. And welcome back. Nice, we got a part for Pretty Prime. The winner of the first round is Iki! I may have lost, but you will still stay with me during the parade, okay? Was it intense? Alright, so one down, and as you can see, our next opponent is Karin. Iki! Could it be that you're my next opponent? That's right! Please look forward to it. Alright, so we don't really have to prepare anything else, so let's go for it. And he will always repeat the same line here. And yes, we are ready. Let's hope that our winner Iki will give us good a fight in round 2. He faces off against the beautiful Karin for a heated row battle. Let round 2 begin! Wow, Karin, you really like Medabots. Not only that, I have a huge amount of knowledge of Medabots. I read a lot of books too. Alright. And luckily actually, Karin doesn't have just a second Sailor Maid. She has a brand new Medabot. So I think I'm going to go with the same setup. Alright, so let's go for the leader and then the other ones. So Newtoners, I already went over her, but she has access to the Metaforce. She has the Mermaid Medal, which is also a new medal that we haven't encountered yet. She has access to Total Recovery, which I have already explained, and Shrapnel Attack. This is a new one. It requires a full Metaforce gauge, it is of the heal attribute, and it works this way. It will pretty much take half the armor value of all your parts and then deal that to the opponent as damage. So depending on the amount of armor, it can be a rather devastating attack. Up next, we have... I already went over Sailor Maid, of course, so I'm going to skip that. We have her new Medabot, Draken. So, this is an interesting one. It is an Air-type Medabot, and her main skill is Force Bind. This is an ability that makes it so all Medabots, even your own, so keep that in mind, will be incapable of using the Metaforce. If you use it once, it will disable it for everybody. However, you can just use it again, and then it will be enabled yet again. Be careful though, because if you want any of her parts, because she has fairly low armor all around. 15 in the head, only 10 in both arms is rather low. However, the ability itself is rather useful, so I do recommend that you try and get a few of her parts, maybe the head or one of the arms. As for medals, she has the Unicorn medal, and she has access to Life Drain. This will pretty much take away a specific amount of armor for an enemy and then give it to you. And then she has Status Restore. It will restore all status ailments on your allies, even positive ones, so be careful. So, as for strategy, well, with Metabee I will be simply using the Metaforce because Neutroners will most likely use full block, and then we should be able to take out Draken rather quickly with anti-air weapons. And as for Sailor Mate, I will be setting up some shot traps. And pretty much the same will apply for Rokusho, simply maybe use Scout once, and if you have an anti-air Metabot, you should be able to easily take out Draken. But yeah, I will be speeding up the fight because even though it's not a difficult one, it can really take quite a long time. So let's do that, and then let's set up a shot trap, and I'll be seeing you guys in a moment.
Robattle!
And welcome back. And we got Petticoat. The winner of the second round is Iki! Thank you very much. I learned a lot from our fight. Alright, another one down. And our next opponent is Sloan. I'll turn you into a used dust rag. Of course. So we already know what he has. So I'm going to quickly switch up. If you have an anti-C Metabot, just make sure that the legs is any type aside from C, because he also has anti-C Metabots. So this one's a bit too slow, so maybe I'll just, let's see, propulsion 52. Let's try Flare Gather. But yeah. Yes, we are ready. Iki's next opponent in round 3 will be the third member of the Screws. It's Spoon! Oh, I mean Sloan! This time I'm really gonna mess your clothes up. Is that all you ever say? I agree. And he has a second Fire Flash. So of course we're going to be using our Kappa Metabot and Yanagi, I guess. Alright, so let's go over Totalizer, because I already went over Fire Flash. So Totalizer, he has the Turtle's Medal, meaning that he has access to Optic Form, which transforms all skills into Optic, which for him is useless, and Absorb Optic, which will make it so Optic attacks will heal him. So that's okay. Alright, so I think I will be... I think I'm going to charge the Metaforce with Metabee, and I'll just leave all the C Metabots to Fire Flash, and then just set up shot traps. And of course I will be speeding up the battle, so I'll see you guys in a moment.
Function ceased!
welcome back. Well, I guess it's a new part. And we level up. The winner of round 3 is Icky! You have to do your laundry by yourself. Huh? Yeah? And? Alright, and of course our next opponent is Spike. You'll regret what you've done to me. The boss fights you right after me. So, this is one line of dialogue that I think it's in the wrong place. Seems to imply that I have already beaten him. And we haven't fought yet, but whatever. Let's go. And now, the arrival of the number 2 man of the screws, Spike! He loves to tinker around with all sorts of mechanics. Just what kind of robattle will he show us tonight? There's no way I'm gonna lose to you! Alright, so Spike has a second Manta Ray. Not much to say there. Alright, so let's go over Cyandog and then Manta Ray. Cyandog has the Mystery Medal, meaning that he has access to full body repair and destroy. As for Manta Ray, he has access to the Cat Medal, meaning that he has access to total recovery and anti-attack trap. Though I would be very surprised if he actually managed to set up any metaphors, because Manta Ray usually is destroyed fairly quickly on. As for strategy, well... yeah, we'll just use Missile and probably destroy it and set up a few traps, and that should be all. I will be speeding up this fight because even though it's not particularly long, it still can get annoyingly long sometimes. So I'll be seeing you guys in a moment.
Meta fighters, robattle! Function ceased! The winner is Metabee!
And welcome back. And we got a Manta Ray part. Nice. The winner of the 4th round is Icky! How does a weakling like you get to be the hero? Alright, only one more to go, and you have already probably guessed who it is. Yep, Samantha. It looks like my boys decided to go easy on you again. You're missing the on there. But next time, I wonder if they will be so nice. Alright, so for Samantha, do I want to switch out anything? Not really, no. Yes, we are ready. The next round of B Block's competition will be for the spot of finalist. It is the leader of the screws, Miss Sammy! Since when are you Miss Sammy? You got a problem? Whatever floats your boat. If you got something to say, then spit it out. You really got some nerve. Alright, and this is only our second fight with Samantha, so she does have a new Medabot. Alright, so what do I want to do here? Yeah, I think it's fine. So let's go over Peppercat first. Peppercat! She has the Queen Medal, meaning that she has access to stop and cancel stop, so she can inflict stop on all enemies and then make all allies immune to stop. As for her new Medabot, Red Lace. This is an interesting one. So if you're playing the Rokusho version, or if you happen to miss your chance to get the Hunter part from Sumilodon, this is your next source for the Shot Trap skill. The head as well as both arms have the Shot Trap ability. Though of course keep in mind that it is a female Medabot, and it has float legs, meaning that she will have a decent performance in most fields. Aside from that, it has the Spider Medal, meaning that it has access to the anti-attack trap and the cancel formation meta forces. But yeah, not much else. So this is supposed to be her way of dealing with Metabee. So if you're playing the Rokusho version, you don't have to worry about the traps at all. As for Metabee, well, I will be simply using the Metaforce to avoid the traps and deal as much damage as I can with my anti-air Medabot. And then we'll simply set up traps with Yanagi. I think we'll go for grapple trap. So I'm going to speed this one out, and I will see you guys in a moment.
Meta Fighters, robattle! Function ceased! The winner is Metabee!
And welcome back. And we got a part for Paprika. So for the Rokusho version, I will actually go and try and get some of Red Lace parts. That way I will have access to Shot Trap. But in this one, we don't need. The winner of the 5th round and the B block competition, Iki! You, are you trying to embarrass me? This marks the end of the Raw Battles for AB block. On behalf of the World Medabot Federation, thanks to all who participated. Iki, if you would be so kind, some words for the world to hear. The world thanks you. Coming up next, it's our special guest. Please proceed to the spectators area via the main entrance. Alright, so we're done with the B block. Let's head for the spectators area. Right through here. Iki, over here! And now, without further ado, let me introduce our special guest, the one responsible for Medabot Island and all its attractions, a virtual authority on Medabots. Here he is, Dr. Armand! Hey, it's that old guy! Ahem! I'm Dr. Armand. I am currently developing a research group for Medabot theories and whatnot. Wow, he's a really important guy. Don't get hung up on appearances. Ahem! Within Medabots exists an unlimited potential. A medal is much like the human brain. There are still many things uncharted. I hope that this tournament can give Metafighters the opportunity to cultivate the abilities of their Medabots. Thank you. Pretty impressive. Yeah, in his own way, I guess. Dr. Armand, thank you for your time. We're going to take a short break now. Everyone, make sure to come back for the second half of our tournament. We got some time to kill. Let's go see the parade and then check out some games at the arcade. Come on, I'll race you there. Alright. So before we head for the parade, I want to quickly switch up Metabee. Because coming up next we have a fight and I will be taking that opportunity to actually showcase Damageable. So instead of the head part for Mega Fund, I will be using the head part for Dash Button, because it has full block and it has slightly more armor. Alright. I'll be taking this medal. Give me back my medal! I lost my medal to the Robo gang. Oh man, that's a problem. Hey big guy, please get my medal back for me? I made a promise to Erica, but I just can't ignore this either. Alright, so let's chase after that thug. Hey you! Yeah you! Wait there! You! I'm sorry, but I'm a little busy right now. Let's just row battle a little, okay? It doesn't take much time. Let's go! Needle attack! That's dangerous. I said I'm busy right now. Okay, amigo. I make you amazed at my wonderful attackings. Didn't I tell you to stop? Medabots no hurt people, so no fear. Rolling Needle Bomber. Don't make it any worse. Me gonna beat you. Alright, so this guy, Taekwonic, he is actually unique to the Medabot version. Sorry, to the Medabot version. To the Metabee version. If you're actually playing Rokusho version, you will be playing against a different opponent. If you recall last time, in the arcade, there was a kid with a ponytail and yellow clothing. You will actually fight him if you're playing Rokusho version. So first let's fight Taekwonic and then we'll see the other fight. So for this fight, this is a decent opportunity to actually showcase Damage Wall. But whenever you do so, you may want to make sure that Metabee is not your leader, because you're intending for him to take a lot of damage, and you may get some real bad luck and get a critical on the head part, and then lose. So I think I really should have switched out the legs for a few of these, but I guess we'll go this, and then this and this. There we go. Alright, so first we'll go over the new Medabot. So, Sabotina. This is a purely long-range Medabot. The head part as well as both arms have the shoot skill, with one of the arms being aim shot. And it is a wheel type Medabot, meaning that it will get a boost in speed in city and room fields. Aside from that, it has the mystery medal, meaning that it has access to full body repair and destroyer. As for tactics, well, as I mentioned, I will be trying to showcase the damage wall. Aside from that, I will be setting up some shoot traps and try to deal as much damage as possible. So yeah, let's see if we can actually get defend and then shot trap. I will be speeding up this fight, so I will be seeing you guys in a moment. Alright, welcome back. So, I did manage to showcase damage well, but it wasn't really that much because it only dealt 40 to the head part. But I'll get another opportunity later. Also, I didn't say anything about the parts for Sabotina, about which one you should get. Don't worry though, eventually you will get a full set. In this case we got Spiky Gun. Hey, you guys can fight here? Now you're gonna be punished. Sit there and don't move. I'll meet you at the tournament hall. Come on. What was that all about? Oh man, I don't have time for this. Alright, so as I mentioned last time, this fight will be different depending on which version. So let's quickly switch over to the Rokusho version, and I will be also showing the encounter because we have a few different lines of dialogue. And welcome back, so let's get to it. Hey you, over there, come fight me! You, I said you! And there we have the ponytail kid. I'm sorry, but I'm a little busy right now. There's no backing down from a man-to-man fight. Let's go! What's a kick? That's dangerous. I said I'm busy right now. Are you trying to run away? Eat this! Drill attack! Didn't I tell you to stop? Medabots can't hurt people, so there's no way to be injured. Get ready to eat my ultimate technique, Beauty Kiss! Sparkly, twinkly, squishy smooch! Get a hold of yourself, man! I don't know why they gave him that silly line at the end. He was all macho man to man and then just starts throwing up kisses. Alright, so for this fight. So first off, I got a few parts for the Phoenix Medabot. I also get cheaper trap, that way we'll have access to a few traps. And also I got the red lace arm for the Kappa Medabot. So, I think I'm going to go with Rokusho as the leader, and then we'll have... Actually, just to be on the safe side, I think I'll go for another one. Let's do this. And there. Alright, so the enemy here, Spiral. Opposite to Sabotina, it is a purely close-range Medabot. The head, as well as both arms, have the grapple skill, which one of the arms, Maxima Drill, being Berserk, and it is also a Will-type Medabot. It has the Cat Metal, meaning that it has access to Total Recovery and the Anti-Attack Trap Metaforce. So, I will be setting up traps, mostly grapple traps, and then dealing up damage as I can. And I'll just select the actions and I'll be seeing you guys after the fight, because it can be rather long. Let's use support, and I think I'll also take this opportunity to hopefully use the flow metaphors. So I'll be able to. I will be trying to burn all enemies. That way they will rack up. They will accumulate damage more and more. Alright, welcome back, and I actually really like that we managed to end with a side bolt attack. So, the same thing that I said about Sabotina applies here. Don't worry too much about the parts, you will eventually get a full set for Spiral. I believe this cutscene is pretty much identical, so I might just smash through it. It's almost identical. What's weird is that that same kid will appear on the arcade regardless of which version you're playing. But Taekwonic, the middle-aged guy, I never saw him anywhere else, aside from this particular cutscene and later on, so yeah. Anyways, we completed the B block for the robattle tournament and we got a few fights outside of the surprise site. Next time, we'll go looking for the metal thief and hopefully recover the stolen metal. See you guys then.